Tesla is still the biggest EV name in the world. That's the headline everyone keeps repeating. It's also, increasingly, not true. Here's the boring version of the story, and the boring version is worse than the dramatic one. In the first quarter of 2026, Tesla beat BYD Atom. 358,023 deliveries versus 310,389. Tesla fans took a victory lap. Then the second quarter happened. BYD sold 557,090 fully electric vehicles. Tesla sold 480,126. BYD back on top by about 77,000 cars. So which one is it? Winning or losing? Doesn't matter. A company with Tesla's brand, its head start, its factories on 3 continents, shouldn't need a good quarter just to trade places with a company most Americans still mispronounce. Look at the full year instead. In 2025, BYD sold 2.26 million battery electric vehicles. Tesla sold 1.64 million, 600,000 cars apart, and that's before BYD's plug-in hybrids, which push its total past 4 million vehicles sold. Tesla doesn't make hybrids. Tesla doesn't really make a car under $35,000 anymore. Not one you can actually go buy. BYD sells one under $10,000 in China, and it turns a profit on it. That's the trap. Tesla is safe in the one market where BYD can't touch it, and getting run over everywhere BYD can. Start with the safe part. The US slaps a 100% tariff on Chinese electric vehicles. BYD effectively doesn't exist in America. Tesla gets the whole domestic market handed to it, and it's still not enough, because American electric vehicle demand isn't growing fast enough to matter. A fortress is still a fortress, even when the room inside it is shrinking. Now, step outside it. Europe. 13 straight months of falling Tesla registrations, stretching from early 2025 into January 2026. Norway, the country that made Tesla a household name, registered 83 Teslas in January. 83. Down 88% from the year before. The UK was down nearly 60%. The Netherlands was down 2/3. The European electric vehicle market itself grew almost 14% that same month. Everyone else sold more electric cars. Tesla sold fewer. BYD grew its European registrations 165% in that window. Still a small number on paper, but numbers growing at 165% a year don't stay small. And BYD is already pouring concrete on an 800,000 vehicle Hungarian plant built specifically to make European tariffs irrelevant. Take your pick on why. The lineup's gone stale. The Model 3 and Model Y are years past due for a refresh, and there's no new mass-market Tesla on deck. BYD ships a new trim practically every quarter, including a plug-in hybrid Super Mini in a price bracket Tesla has simply decided isn't worth showing up for. Then there's the used car glut. Early Tesla leases are rolling off right now by the thousands, flooding European second-hand lots and quietly dragging down what a new one is worth. Tesla's competing with itself these days, losing that one too. And there's Elon. Every analyst who's dug into the European collapse keeps circling back to the same line item: brand damage. Musk's politics, his flirtation with European far-right movements, the general refusal to stay out of headlines. Buying a Tesla has become a small political statement on a continent that isn't thrilled with the statement he's making. Maybe that shouldn't matter as much as it does. It clearly does. Or Morningstar and CNBC wouldn't keep bringing it up unprompted. China is worse, and it is not close. BYD's home turf. Brutal pricing, a government crackdown on price wars that slowed BYD briefly in Q1, but did nothing for Tesla's real problem. Shanghai-built cars now make up almost 60% of Tesla's global volume, in a market where the local competitor can undercut it on cost forever, not just this quarter. That's the part nobody wants to say out loud. This is not a price war Tesla can win by trying harder. BYD builds its own batteries, in-house, at scale, with its Blade battery tech baked into everything it sells. It controls more of its own supply chain than nearly any car maker alive. That's not marketing. That's structural cost, and Morningstar's own strategist put it bluntly. Even 5 years out, that gap is not closing, because it comes from cheaper Chinese labor and manufacturing, not a subsidy someone can vote away. And BYD is not even the only problem in China. Xiaomi, a phone company, built an EV that outsold Tesla's China lineup within its first year on the road. Xpeng and NIO keep shipping software updates faster than Tesla ships cars. None of them have BYD's scale, but together they mean Tesla is not fighting one rival with a cost advantage. It is fighting an entire domestic industry that has decided phones, batteries, and cars are basically the same supply chain now, and Tesla's supply chain runs through a country that just taxed it. And while Tesla's been fighting a defensive war on two fronts, BYD's been quietly building a third one nobody asked it to fight. Overseas sales hit close to 800,000 vehicles in the first half of 2026 alone, up more than 70% year over year. The company's targeting 1.3 million export sales by year's end. It's not renting cargo space to do it either. BYD owns a fleet of 8 purpose-built roll-on, roll-off car carriers, ships with names like the Zhengzhou, so it can move thousands of vehicles across an ocean without waiting on anyone else's shipping schedule. One of those ships dropped nearly 5,000 cars in Australia this spring. By that point, BYD had already passed Tesla as the country's best-selling electric brand. New plants are going up in Thailand, Indonesia, Uzbekistan, and Mexico, on top of the one in Hungary. This isn't a company chasing Tesla's leftovers market by market. It's building the infrastructure to show up everywhere at once. It's not staying cheap either. BYD's luxury brand, Yangwang, builds a $230,000 supercar and an SUV that floats on water, and it's headed to Europe this year. Denza, BYD's other premium line, is already there. None of this competes with a Model 3. It competes with cars Tesla has never made, and, at this rate, probably never will. Meanwhile, Tesla's answer to all this has mostly been to talk about something else. The Cybertruck, supposed to be a volume seller, never became one. Production targets got quietly walked back more than once. The cheaper, stripped-down Model 3 and Y variants that were supposed to arrive years ago showed up late and barely cheaper. Robotaxi, the thing Tesla now talks about more than actual cars, is running in a handful of US cities with safety drivers still in the passenger seat half the time. Nowhere near the kind of scale that moves a delivery number. None of that puts a dent in BYD's market share. It just means Tesla's engineering attention has been somewhere other than the cars people are supposed to be buying right now. So here's where Tesla actually stands. It can't win in China. It's losing ground in Europe, where the tariffs are partial, and the brand is now a liability with the exact people who buy EVs. And its one safe zone, the US, is safe because BYD is legally banned from selling there, which is another way of saying Tesla's biggest advantage right now was built by politicians, not engineers. Take the wall down, and none of this is close. The company that put the entire EV category on the map now survives its most important markets by hiding behind trade barriers, celebrating quarters where a good one just means losing by less. Meanwhile, the company nobody outside the industry had heard of 5 years ago outsold Tesla for all of 2025, is opening a plant inside the exact wall Europe built to stop it, ships its own product across oceans on its own boats, and prices a car around what Tesla charges for its floor mats, while also selling one that floats. Tesla isn't collapsing. It's still one of the biggest car companies on Earth, still profitable, still capable of a quarter like the one it just posted. But still profitable stopped meaning still leading about a year ago. Volume, cost per car, growth outside the markets where Tesla is legally shielded, all of it points the same direction. BYD didn't beat Tesla with some flashy breakthrough. It beat Tesla by building cheaper cars faster than Tesla could respond, in more places than Tesla bothered to look. While Tesla was busy talking about robots and self-driving software, nobody outside California has actually ridden in. The company that invented the modern EV market doesn't run it anymore. It just gets to pretend it does, in the one country still refusing to let the competition through the door. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Take care.